Hi, pile one. If you chose the Labradorite Heart with this very gorgeous flash, this is going to be your pick a card reading. And today we're going to be looking at healing your karma. And we're going to be keeping the area open to whatever your higher self feels needs to be healed the most. So what I'm going to do first, pile one, is I'm going to use my pendulum to figure out how many cards from the karma deck needs to be pulled. Okay, so for pile one, let me get this deck out. Here we go. Pile one requires 3 or more cards. 2 cards, 2 cards. Okay, so we'll pull 2 cards for you here. Okay, pile one, 2 cards. Yep, there we go. All right, so we've got picture in the mind showing up. Don't worry about the words down here. Those are for something different. So picture in the mind, which is a trapped image in your mind. And then we also have energy bacteria. And I'll explain what these are in a minute. Let's just get some more. Okay. So here we have the heart chakra coming out with rhodonite as it's being expressed. And here, love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. So so a picture in your mind is basically, this may be alluding to your self-image. How you feel about your worthiness of love. Are you good enough? Are you worthy? Is it okay for you to be seen? And that picture in your mind is the filter through which you perceive everything, and it affects how you show up. So if you have a picture in your mind of yourself, and this could be a very visual picture, you might have a picture in your mind that is completely incongruent with how you actually are. And I'll give you an example. So let's say when you were a kid, you were overweight, or maybe, you know, when you were going through puberty, and you know how that is. It's horrible. It can be horrible for a lot of us, and a lot of us, puberty really does in numbers. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you were overweight, you had a lot of acne, you know, maybe you weren't the best at doing your hair, but basically it's like you have this snapshot or this mental image of yourself of basically being the ugly duckling. And because you have that picture in your mind, and it's subconscious, it could be subconscious, that's how you're going to show up, is as that person. That's the energy that you are carrying around with you. And so even though outwardly that may not be how you are at all, that's the energy that you're giving off. And since we are all energy, we're primarily energetic beings, that's the energy that people are reacting to. Okay, so let's see if your higher self wants me to pull another card from this deck. Pile one needs another card from the chakra deck. Yep, says yes. All right, we'll grab one more card. So pile one, give us another card from this deck. I want you to have 2 more cards. All right, so we've got third eye chakra coming up. It says trust your intuition. It is in contact with the higher source of knowledge. So trust, with the tourmaline coming through. And we also have the root chakra, security, to feel more secure, deepen your connection with nature. Something about your existence, not your existence, but your energy, something about your energy feels very unsure. Something about your energy feels almost like a threatened, like you're threatened, like you feel threatened. Is this karma past life? Is this past life related for pile 1? Okay, so this energy, this karma that is coming through is being carried over from a past life. It could possibly be being carried over from multiple past lives. Give me a minute, pile 1. What's coming up is there's some kind of there's a relationship that is very connected to the heart space. And this could very well be, for some of you, this is going to be a romantic relationship. For many of you, this is going to be something that happened in your past. Okay, there's a lot of information coming through. All right, so the past life that this is connected to, where this karma originated from, where it started, actually is dealing with a romantic relationship, like a marriage or something of that nature. Where this karma started, okay? So this relationship made you feel unsafe. This person made you feel unsafe. This person made you feel like you were not lovable. They made you feel like without them you were nothing. And this karma that created, because you guys have to understand that karma is created at the level of action, okay? So no one creates karma for us. We create our own karma. What makes karma is, so basically in this situation, even though somebody was telling you or making you feel less worthy, unlovable, they were making you not feel safe, and secure. And when I'm saying not feeling safe, it's more than just feeling safe with your heart. I feel like there was probably some physical, domestic violence involved within this union from this past life. And I understand, like, when these kinds of these issues are happening and you're in the midst of it, fear can rob you of so many things. Namely, fear robs you of your sense of free will, and it robs you of your sense of self-empowerment, and it really blocks you from being able to access your own inherent manifesting power. Because in the grand scheme of things, we are all sovereign divine beings all of the time, in this lifetime, in previous lifetimes, in future lifetimes to come. And you know, because we come here with a sense of amnesia, we forget about all of this stuff. And so we get into relationships with people and they treat us certain ways, and because we believe what they say, because we have two choices. When somebody tells us we're not worthy, we have two choices. We can not believe it, choose to reject what's being told to us and not allow that to become part of our truth, or we can accept it and make it a part of our truth. And when we accept it and make it a part of our truth, we behave out of that belief. We take action out of that belief, and that action is completely ours. That's our own responsibility. I get that, you know, we're heavily influenced by the suggestions of other people, but do not let that detract from your sense of free will. And so in this previous lifetime, instead of standing up for yourself, instead of leaving this situation and making a way for yourself, you felt trapped in this situation, and you stayed against your better judgment out of fear, rather than leaving out of a sense of, you know, self-empowerment and loving yourself and things like that. And so what this did is it blocked your heart space, it blocked your third eye, which is going to block you off from being able to receive guidance, messages, and communication from your higher self and source and the universe, which I believe source and the universe are the same thing. And it blocks your, you know, your ability to feel safe and secure and stable and comfortable and just okay and all right. And so a lot of this, so when you incarnated here in this lifetime, you carried all of that karma, and you began your life with that karma still, you know, still in your soul records, needing to be rectified. And so it's very possible that you incarnated into a family dynamic that very much, it was either somewhat similar to this or very like spot on to the kind of energy, like it's mirroring that energy back to you for the purposes, you guys, of clearing out this bad karma so that, you know, it doesn't have to follow you around anymore. All right, God, that's a long intro. We're already at 12 minutes and I'm already 5 cards in. All right, so what we're gonna do now, you guys, is, let's see, what do I want to do? All right, let's, all right, we'll pull some shadow work oracle. Yep, comfort zone, settling. Drama and attention. Let's get 3 more cards for pile 1, please. Perception, camouflage. Oh, I see a theme here. Let's get 2 more for pile 1. Be very careful about staying in your comfort zone, pile 1, because that comfort zone is very toxic. Because home was very toxic. Let me pull the, okay, here we got inner child nurture, and then we've got boast, humility. All right, so all right, for those of you that are having a hard time calling in people into your life, into your experience, who are nurturing towards you, who are loving towards you, who are supportive of you. And this could be friendships, it could be romantic relationships, it could be even colleagues and bosses and coworkers. It's pretty much everyone. This is, you know, so what we do is we tend to attract people towards us who mirror back to us what we're thinking and feeling about ourselves. This is how relationships work. That's why they say relationships are our biggest mirror. They are a source of the biggest lessons, is because they trigger things within us for the purposes of being healed. And so what's coming up, okay, so it says obviously settle. So, you know, settling on something that you know isn't inherently good for you is very toxic. And your comfort zone can be very toxic as well, because what feels like home, especially if home is toxic, is just going to hurt you. It's going to continue to damage you, possibly continue to, you know, perpetuate and create more negatively influencing karma. Okay? And so you may have a hard time staying out of drama, or drama may just seem to follow you around everywhere that you go. And for some of you, I mean, it may be, and remember guys, I'm not saying that you wake up every day looking for this. This is a subconscious pattern. Subconscious means it is hidden. Subconscious means a lot of the times these behaviors are triggered, and a trigger is instantaneous. You don't get a conscious awareness of the thought that is happening or that is causing these triggers. A trigger is there to keep the and when I mean a trigger, I'm saying like self-sabotaging behaviors, self-sabotaging habits, like things are triggered like that. Coping mechanisms are triggered like that to keep a painful memory or a painful belief system out of the awareness of your conscious mind, because your subconscious believes it's too damaging, okay? So this picture in your mind, of yourself is, and you may already be getting an idea of where this picture came from, but your subconscious is basically trying to save you because your subconscious doesn't know. It doesn't know whether something is accurate or not. It doesn't know whether something is wrong or right. All it knows is a sense of protection, safety. And sometimes, most of the times, what we're programmed with to keep us safe is actually, oh, what's that word? God, I can't think of that word. Like, it's supposed to keep us safe, but it doesn't. And that's what's going on. And so you can't see yourself clearly. Who you really are, both in personality, like as far as this 3D avatar reality goes, and also who you are at a soul level, is being hidden and camouflaged by this trapped picture in your mind. That is probably pointing back to childhood. But your inner child definitely is requiring some healing here. Okay? So this karmic healing that is wanting to come through is, it's wanting to heal your heart. It's wanting to heal your sense of feeling safe and comfortable. And it's wanting to heal your comfort zone even. Okay? A comfort zone is there. A comfort zone is, you know, I mean, when you escape a toxic comfort zone, you create a new, more healthy comfort zones. Comfort zones do not go away. Okay? So, and then it's wanting to heal, this karmic healing is wanting to heal the connection that you have with yourself, your higher self, source, God, universe, however you identify it, okay? And so, as far as boasting and humility, you could be on either side of the coin. You can be somebody who is humble to the point of, God, these words are escaping my mind. Like you're hiding behind your humility. Okay, you're either hiding behind your humbleness, like you're completely dulling your shine, you're masking your sparkle, you're dodging the spotlight, and you're not allowing who you really are to come through, probably for the purposes of feeling like if people actually see me, I'm going to get hurt again. People are going to hurt me if they really, really see me. And this could be like if they see how beautiful I am on the inside, they might want to hurt me. Or you know, it's not so much being like, you know, so like this inner child picture or this picture in the mind, sorry, I just spit. This picture in the mind could be something that was created by your subconscious to hide your light, because in your childhood or your early adulthood, something happened with this like when you were a child or you were carefree. It was just like you had such a gorgeous light about you that it attracted a lot of negative entities in the form of people, maybe in the form of spiritual, negative entities as well, that caused you to a lot of pain. And this pain could have been very close to home, if not in your home. Okay. Or you could be on the flip side of that, and it's like you kind of, because it does say attention and boasting, some of you might be where, because that's the only way that you feel you can get attention is by over exaggerating what you are capable of doing, overselling yourself. Okay, but I really do feel that most of you are on the exceptionally humble side, to the point of hiding. You hide behind humbleness. Okay. All right, let's pull some more cards. This is going to be a long reading, so if you need to pause the video, go get yourself get yourself a drink, maybe a snack, take a bathroom break, because I think we're probably about a little slightly over halfway through the reading. All right. Give me some more information about how this karma has been affecting pile one's experience during this lifetime. How has this karma been affecting pile one's experience of this lifetime up to this point? Okay, we got the Emperor in reverse, so definitely a sense of toxic, corrupt leadership, authority, possibly masculinity, a masculine figure in your life. Home is always unstable. The sense of home. Let me finish shuffling and I'll complete my thoughts. I need to get 3 more cards for pile 1, please. Whoa. Got the 8 of Cups, constantly having to walk away, leave the past behind. You may have an issue with constantly having to move from place to place to place to place, like you don't really get the opportunity to create roots for yourself somewhere. And this could have started in childhood. Like you never really had a firm sense of home, be it an actual place, like a physical building, and or even a sense of home within a family. Let's get 2 more cards, please. 9 of Swords reversed. I want to say, like, you keep expecting the other shoe to drop, but it goes deeper than that. It's like an evil foreboding. Like you're always sensing like there's evil or threat, or a threat to your safety or your security right around the corner. And then we got the Strength in reverse. All right, so yeah, your home life is and or was very unstable. Like I even get now, like, you know, if you're someone who is living on their own, or maybe you just, hopefully this reading is catching you early on in life. If not, if you're, you know, later on in life, you're a little bit older, then, you know, this pattern could have started, and this may very well be something that stems from past life too. Like, I can see, you know, tribes in huts or tents of things of that nature, where they're constantly having to pack up and move, like nomads. Like, they don't really have a sense of home, and the reason why they're constantly having to pack up and move is because the threat of, what's that called, the threat of conquer from other tribes or other whatever, you know, is always there. So they're always having to pack up and move. And maybe in this, that carries over in this lifetime. Now, maybe not so much a threat to life, but just something is happening within the dynamic in this lifetime that is keeping you from being able to stay in one place long enough to really feel and make that place your home. Whether you're moving physical places from one house to the next, one town to the next, one state to the next, or province or country or whatever, and or possibly even having to move within the family unit. Or some of you may even be orphans or foster home type of thing. But there is a very unsettling energy about a sense of home, which is one of the basic things we need as humans. We need a solid foundation, and that's like where we get our start at. Yeah, I see a very rough time in childhood. Pretty much like it starts there. Like, most of you had a really rough childhood. And maybe, you know, there wasn't any kind of overt abuse, but neglect can be just as traumatic, because you're not getting the validation that you seek. You know, a lot of the times we just close off from people because there's nothing we feel that we can do. So rather than hurt, we just shut down. All right, let's move into overcoming. How do we overcome? How do we heal this karma? How does pile 1 heal this karma? Okay, here we got letter. Can you see that? Barely, so we'll put this up here. We got letter. Yeah, the clock. Okay, and then we got flowers. It's almost like it's time to get the message. It's time to reconnect to your higher self, because there really is beauty. Like, it's time to see the beauty. And if you're having a hard time seeing the beauty, it's because you're having a hard time really connecting to who and what you truly are. And we can actually wipe this picture in your mind clean. All you have to do, pile 1, to do that is just decide that that picture in the mind is no longer needed. You know, whatever purpose that your subconscious mind put that there for, obviously to protect you in a very erroneous way. Because that picture in your mind is completely energetic. So you can literally, some people can get a magnet and swipe it over their heads. They call it I think it's, I forgot the name of that now. But honestly, your intention is the most powerful creative force in the universe. And the instant you decide that picture in the mind is gone and it needs to go and it needs to stay gone, it's gone. And you can reprogram, you can set your intention to trap another picture in your mind of yourself where it's more empowering. A picture of yourself that is always winning, always feeling good about yourself. always attracting to you, you know, supportive, loving relationships, and a picture of you in your mind where you're feeling at home, you're feeling comfortable, and that comfortable space is not toxic, it's healing, it's healthy, it's nurturing, okay? And to, you know, it takes time to anchor something. And so, you know, daily this needs to be done. You know, you need to decide who you want to be and anchor that picture of yourself in your mind. Okay? Realize you're not this picture anymore. That picture is now gone, but you need to replace it with something else. Okay? And that will influence how you show up, how you do business, how you behave within, you know, personal and intimate relationships. It's going to influence every single aspect of your life, okay? All right, let's see what energy is wanting to come through to support you during this healing, pile 1. Definitely spend some time quieting your mind, connecting to your body. And if all you can do is 5 minutes, then just start off with 5 minutes. Because when you quiet your mind, and then you drop down into your body. And I'll drop a link below under your timestamp pile 1. It's called, I call it Feeling Good on Purpose. But it will teach you how to reconnect your mind with your body and your heart. And that connection is how you reconnect to your higher self, to source and stuff like that. That's how you reconnect to your ability to hear messages, hear guidance, and stuff like that, okay? All right, I need 1 card for pile 1. What energy is wanting to come through for pile 1 at this time to support them during this healing? Here we have willpower. My will alone is strong enough to carry me towards my dreams and beyond. Yes, yes, and yes. You don't have to feel trapped in any given circumstance or situation thinking that in order for you to, you know, basically survive, that you have to hitch your wagon, connect your wagon to someone who is inherently toxic and unsafe for you. Friendships, family relationships, romantic relationships, business relationships, you don't need those people in your life, okay? You don't need those people in your life. And those people are part of perpetuating this karmic block, okay? This karmic wound that is constantly following you around. All right, 3 cards, please, for pile 1. What can pile 1 do to anchor this healing? Healing this karma in their life. 3 cards for pile 1. It says your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So it's like you're wiping the slate clean, like I just told you. So when you use the power of your intention to clear this picture in your mind, it literally is a blank canvas. You get to create your new persona, the new picture through which you're going to respond out of and behave out of, okay? So make sure it's one that is very empowering, very self-assured, very self-confident, and very at home wherever they are at in a good way. Give me 2 more cards. Perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. This is going to be hard for some of you to really be able to do this. And one divine being recognizing the divine being in you. It's a journey, okay? not invalidating your experiences or your feelings about your experiences, but this is kind of like advanced life path stuff. You'll get to a point where you realize how trivial a lot of this stuff is. Even the really heartbreaking, traumatic, really hard to get over stuff. What's coming to me to show you is that, you know, here's a picture of Earth, and see how tiny it is on this card. Who you really are is beyond all of this. I believe that you are the power that creates and manifests miracles. You've just forgotten about it. And so, you know, because we are who we are, we tend to get stuck in our trauma. We tend to get stuck in our past memories, in our past, period. And so this is kind of telling you to zoom out, to take a 30,000 foot view of, you know, what you've been experiencing up to this point. And see if you can find the message in the mess, the gift and the lesson, and, you know, the trauma and the tragedy. How can you use what you've experienced so far to enhance and empower you? It could very well be that it's made you a very strong person, or it's going to make you a very strong person when you start showing up in that way, okay? You're going to realize how strong you truly are because you're still here. You're still here, wanting to heal, wanting to get better. You haven't given up. The fact that you're watching this video is proof and paramount that you have not given up. You want to heal. And a part of you still believes, and largely believes, that living a life worth living during this lifetime is still possible. This didn't break you, okay? It didn't break you. You may felt like you have wanted to be broken, but it didn't. You're still here. And lastly, we have, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. And this goes back to that feeling of maybe not feeling good enough. You know, maybe your family of origin makes you feel like nothing you do is ever good enough. Maybe it's your romantic relationships where somebody really battered your sense of self-esteem. And you just have to realize that, you know, in a world of multiple personalities, and the way that I see it, somebody had told me once, and it really made a lot of sense. It's like, you know, you're this gorgeous, juicy peach, and, you know, very tasty, and it's not going to matter to somebody who just doesn't like peaches. It doesn't mean that as a peach you're not worthy. You are. You're like one of the best tasting peaches out there. But not everybody likes peaches. That's not, you know, and just think about things and attributes that you don't like. That doesn't mean that person isn't, you know, that doesn't devalue the value that person has. That just means that person's not for everyone, and the same is true for you, okay? You have a tribe out there, and you are created, especially if you believe in like soulmates and twin flame theories and stuff like that. You were created how you were created, or should I say your soul is made up the way that it's made up for a very specific reason, okay? There are people, you have a tribe out there, you have a soul tribe and a soul family. And when you realize that it's okay for you not to be for everyone, because not everyone sees, and not everyone is meant to see. And I have a feeling when you really embrace your true power, your true north keeps coming through, your true north, you're going to be unrecognizable in a good way, even to yourself. Let's pull, I got a couple more decks to pull from. All right, moving on. Pile one, moving on. moving on, pile 1. Oh, okay, we have joyful muse, inspiration, and then we also have closing door, completion. This is saying this karma is closing anyway. So this is telling me that's what this lifetime was about. Like, you incarnated here in this lifetime, you incarnated within the family unit that you did, all for the purposes of closing this door, closing this karma. And now what you need to do is work through this energy every single day, through inspiration, joyful inspiration. So your higher self is really wanting you to reconnect with your inner child, and learn to find the playfulness within you, and be okay with not needing to take everything so seriously, including your past. Your past is the past. There's not anything that you can do to go back and change it. And there's not anything anyone can do to, you know, make up for what was done, resolve what was done. Like, that debt, they can never repay that debt. Even an apology really can't repay that debt. But strength comes in knowing that you can close the door on whatever it is that happened to you without somebody else needing to give you closure. You can give your own self closure. That's where the power comes from. You don't need anybody outside of you to set things right for you in your heart and your mind. You truly, truly don't. I get some of you believe that that's what you need in order to move on. And that part of that is what is keeping you stuck, is needing someone to acknowledge what they did, needing somebody to apologize for what they did. And your higher self is letting you know you don't need that. You truly don't. You thinking that you do is kind of from a space of fear, and it's coming from a space of not connecting with who and what you truly are. You don't need someone else to tell you that you're worthy of love in order for you to feel worthy of love. That's just something you need to reconnect to, that truth about yourself, and really lose yourself in playfulness. Reconnect to your inner child. Do it through, so joyful muse is about creativity. All right, you can reconnect to your body maybe through dancing, through exercising, through swimming, through sex, through running, through, you know, anything that employs the senses of the body. Paint, draw, write, do pottery, or make pottery or sculpture or something like that, okay, to help reconnect you to your inner child and reconnect you to that sense of joyfulness. Okay, we are almost done. What I want to do now, you guys, is get some messages from your higher self directly to you. All right, pile 1. What messages, pile 1, do you have? Says, I am coming, trust. You are so beautiful, why do you need me? Says, do you even see me that way? And I'll interpret these in a second. I got a couple more. I want a fresh start with you. Some of you are mad at God or mad at the universe, mad at the cards that you've been dealt. Then we have, what do you want? And I just want space. Okay. So a whole new you, like the true you, the real authentic you, is about to bust and break through. Okay, the authentic you, the real you, the person who is dynamic, confident, charming. I'm hearing charming. Secure. Always feeling safe in their surroundings. The true you, the real authentic you, is about to bust through. The only thing that's been keeping you from that part of you from truly surfacing is just fearful, egoic beliefs, fear, basically. Okay, it's been like a lid on top of the real you for all this time, since this past life. And then, you know, it says, "You are so beautiful, why do you need me?" And this is like, this new you, this new personality, and this new persona, it is going to intimidate some people. What I was saying earlier about, like, when you were younger and you just had this light, this beautiful light about you. Now that, you know, you're grown, this light is going to be even more potent. It is going to piss a lot of people off because there's still a lot of darkness in people, and light pisses the dark off, okay? Like I said, though, you have to be okay with not being for everyone. You know, there are people who hate happy people, and you are going to be a happy person, and it's going to piss some people off, and that's okay. Do you, okay? Do you anyway? Do you even see me that way? Do you see yourself as dynamic, as confident, as somebody whose light shines so bright, it blinds some people in the face? Your light shines so bright that some people who have a similar light and a similar power, it's like that all of you guys flock together, okay? And then what do you want? Oh, it says, "I want a fresh start with you." That's how your higher self feels. It's like you've been kind of pissed off at, maybe not pissed off at the world, but just mad at the universe, mad at God, mad at Source, just kind of really feeling bitter and disappointed over the cards that you've been dealt. And this is a fresh start for you. Your higher self is like, let's do this over. This whole lifetime is like a big do-over, so that you don't have to carry this karma with you all the time. And pay no mind. I know it's easier said than done, but try not to pay any mind to the time that was lost. Okay, time truly is eternal. Your body is not eternal, but your soul is eternal, and this is not the only lifetime you're going to get. Okay. But the way that manifestation and energy works, I mean, it's very, and it happens often. What you have lost, or what was lost to you, can be made up for you exponentially if you can just get your mind and your body and your soul in alignment with each other. You can, like, what was lost can be recouped and then some, okay? And then it says, "I just want space." That's really what it needs. It's like this energy of whatever picture you had trapped in your mind was just all over you, suffocating, draining the life force out of you, draining your ability to manifest what you really wanted, right? And your higher self is like, wants nothing to do with that anymore. That's why it's like this door is closing on that, closing the door on that, because you have, you know, you have the rest of your life to live. Whether you still have 60 years to live, 80 years to live, whether you're still going to be here for maybe 10, 20, or 30 years, it doesn't matter. Think of what you can do if you start living powerfully in 20 years, in 30 years, in 40 years. Think of what you can do. All right? And that's kind of like what it was talking about in that other one about, you know, giving yourself a 35,000 foot view. How much time do you still have left? I know we never really know, but let's just say you're going to live a long, you know, a long life. you know, you're going to live till you're 80, 90, or 100. How much time do you have left? Even if you're in your 40s, you still have a good 40, 50 years left. Think of what you can do in 40 and 50 years. Okay? So, you know, like you have to zoom out from that and kind of gain a higher perspective. All right? All right, pile one, those were your messages. I hope that it brought you healing. I hope it brought you closure if that's what you were seeking. I really hope that you were able to gain some value from this reading. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe if you feel led to do so. I always very much honor the time that you spend here with me, and I know today that was almost like an hour. So thank you so much for spending time with me today, pile one, and I will be reading again for you very soon. Take care. Hi, pile two. If you chose the Charoite tumble, this is going to be your reading, and today we're going to be looking at healing some of your karma. All right, and what we're going to do first is I'm going to ask the pendulum how many cards from the karmic healing deck do I need to pull. So for pile two, and I'm going to get right into the reading, pile two, because this is probably going to be a very long reading. So you might want to like go get some drinks, get some snacks, go use the bathroom. All right, pile two. Pile two is requiring 3 or more cards from this deck. Okay, 2 cards. Okay, just 1 card. All right, 1 card from this deck. Pile two, what karmic healing is wanting to come through for pile two today? Unjust negative karma. Yikes. That's like yikes and nice. All right. So negative unjust karma is basically, so that's past life. Okay. This is stemming from a past life. And in this past life, something happened where basically you're taking responsibility and creating karma for yourself that you don't need to be creating karma about. Okay, so a perfect an example of that, and of course this is just an example, would be like if you were taking responsibility for maybe like a child in your care passing away, and you made that your fault and your responsibility, and so you're creating karma for yourself that is unjust. You're making yourself pay for something that is not your debt to pay. Okay, so let's find out for pile two what this is in regards to, or what this is influencing the most. Pile two, negative unjust karma. How is this influencing them? Ooh, okay, listening. So we got the third eye, or no, throat chakra coming through. If you want to be heard, learn to listen. So in this past life, something that happened was something that you said or did out of complete, it was innocent, but somebody took something that you said or did about or towards another person completely in the wrong way, that caused this person's life to either end, or caused them to be imprisoned, or basically caused them a very difficult life if it didn't end their life. Okay, so this may be translating now into you just having a really hard time expressing yourself, expressing any kind of truth. Always, you know, just having a really hard time like you're really careful about who you're around, what you say to other people, which isn't inherently a bad thing. But that trait of yours is a leftover energy from that past life. Okay. All right. Let's see if your higher self wants us to pull another card from you from this deck. Pile two needs another card from the chakra deck. Okay, says yes. We'll get you one more card here, pile 2. Okay, this says confidence. No one will believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Be your own cheerleader. And this is coming from the solar plexus chakra, which is all about self-empowerment, believing in your ability to execute, goals that you put into place, your sense of being able to achieve whatever plans you set into motion, things of that nature. Yeah, so we'll just continue getting some more cards on that. Let's find out more about this karmic block. Hold on. Here we go. Let's find out more about this karmic block for pile 2. We've got boundaries within intimate relationships. We've got perception and camouflage. Let's get 3 more for pile 2, please. Receptivity. You may have a really hard time with communicating in general, like you're saying the right words, but people, for whatever reason, are interpreting them completely different. Like it's really difficult for you to get the message through. And you're always wondering why things that you say seem to cause people great agitation or just miscommunication or misunderstanding, like you're very, very much misunderstood. Like people can't hear you correctly. They hear the words, but they're not hearing the actual message. Here we got independent free will, and then pawn victim. So this block, for a lot of you, is having an impact on your intimate relationships, like your significant other. If you haven't had a significant other yet, or you have yet to be in a relationship, this is kind of like a heads up. So it's a good thing that we're actually working on clearing this or healing this karma for those of you who have yet to be in a relationship, because this is going to cause a lot of issues. Because your authentic self, who and what you really are, is being hidden not only from you, but from other people. This is partly what's causing a lot of issues with your communication. People do not see you clearly. You don't see yourself clearly as well. And it's funny that the independent free will came up right next to victim. It's like, no matter what happens in your life, pile 2, you truly never are a victim. You have to get out of that mindset. And I don't mean like bad things don't happen. Like something may have truly happened to you where you truly were a victim of like a violent crime, victim of, a smear campaign or something like that. No, what this is saying is that you don't have to continue being a victim to something that happened at one point in the past, okay? You have free will. You can overcome that. You can gain whatever lesson can be gained, if there is one to gain. And it could just be that it was there to make you stronger. Not saying that this thing that may have happened to you, some of you, was like fated, like something you agreed upon when you incarnated here. But it can be something that you can move on from. It doesn't have to be like a block keeping you from being able to experience your best life here. Okay? You have free will. You have independent free will. You can overcome anything that needs to be overcome. Any block, any obstacle, any mountain. You can get around, you can get under, you can get through. You have that power. Okay, pile 2. We're going to pull some tarot. See how, get some more information. How has this karma been affecting pile 2 up to this point, please? We got Justice in reverse. Definitely feeling like things aren't fair. This isn't fair. Why is this happening to me, or why did this happen to me type of feeling. What else for pile 2? Five of Cups reversed. Eight of Wands reversed. You're learning, though, pile 2, how to really put things into their proper perspective. You're wanting to. There are probably some sticking points for you where you're like, okay, you're realizing you're not a victim. You realize you have free will, but it's still like a sticking point for you, trying to forgive or trying to put whatever happened in your past or with somebody in particular into a much more constructive mind frame. Like, this person told me I wasn't good enough. How do I overcome that? I don't want to be stuck on that. Or this person cheated on me because they told me I wasn't good enough. How like, I want to put that in its proper place, but I don't know how. How do I get over that? That kind of an energy. So you're wanting, that's the first place, you guys, is realizing that, you know, that is possible. And you will get over that sticking point, okay? And then we got the Wheel of Fortune coming up. So that sticking point, you will be overcoming that sticking point. And it may be like a flash of inspiration, a golden revelation. I don't know why it came up like that, a golden revelation. Maybe it has something to do that's going to come out of empowering your sacral, your solar plexus chakra, a golden revelation. Okay, so in a moment of, like, I can see, like, time is, okay, so what I'm being shown, pile 2, is the moment that you receive this quote-unquote golden revelation. It's like everything slows down, because this loop that's going on in your head that is keeping you stuck in that place, that is keeping you from being able to put whatever is needing to be put into perspective, is a loop, and it's never ending, and it's fast, and it's quick, and it's like the minute you try and come up for air, it's boom, it weighs you back down again. And so divine intervention is going to come through, and it's going to slow that down so you can really stop and look at it, so that you can start to pick it apart, so you can analyze it, so you can start to break it down. Because once a subconscious loop, because this loop is born out of your past, okay? If this is stemming from, like, if your current hurt and heartache is kind of stemming from an intimate romantic relationship, and you're having a hard time getting over what someone said or done to you, that pattern truly started before you ever met this person, okay? It's subconscious, so it's below the light of your subconscious mind. So this pattern is going to seep its way into your conscious mind, and when that happens, pile 2, that's when healing can occur. Because when it's in your conscious thought, you can sit there and pick apart your thinking. You can pick it apart. You can question it. You can ask, you know, is this really true? Am I really not worthy of love? And then you can start looking for answers towards the actual truth. And the answer is, of course, you're worthy of love. And there is thousands of examples and proof out there to show you that you are worthy of love. And you're going to be able to, through this golden revelation, get past that major block. And this is a huge major block. It's one of the main ones, okay? So I'm being guided to tell you that you need to have a positive expectation, even an excitement about this golden revelation coming. It's coming very soon. Okay? And even after that golden revelation comes, it's going to be a systematic unraveling of a very, very deeply embedded, negatively influencing belief system. Not just a thought pattern, but an actual belief system. Belief systems are made up of many deeply hidden thought patterns, okay? And what you're going to touch upon is the root system of that pattern. So it's like you're going to attack the thing at its roots so that it's dissolved from the roots up. It's just like I can see everything just falling and disintegrating. It just disintegrates. It just disintegrates into ash. It's the most craziest thing, because I'm not even seeing this thing on fire. It's just it disintegrates. It's the coolest thing ever. And you are going to feel like golden revelation. Just expect that golden revelation. Okay, let's see, what else are we going to have here? All right, I need one card for pile 2. Or actually, no, we need to do these cards right here. Here we go. I need 3 cards for pile 2 on this deck. Here we've got cross, so I'm talking about a burden. You got letter. Compass. Ah, I get it. All right. So, when you're feeling like these really heavy thoughts about yourself and your self-worth and what you're capable of achieving, like the heavy thoughts and heavy emotions, okay? What you're being guided to do is actually dive into it, because there's a message in those that are going to lead you out of it. That's how you're going to be able to unravel this really intricate, complex belief system that is affecting every single area of your life, is by not avoiding the pain. Because I know these thoughts and these feelings are very painful, but actually diving into them, dissecting them, questioning them. Because there's a message there that is going to guide you out of that darkness, okay? So this cross quote unquote that you are bearing, it feels too heavy to bear, but it really isn't. That's just kind of like fear talking to you. That's your subconscious trying to protect you. You are so much stronger than that cross. You can face it head on. And you can do it as many times as you need to start unraveling this complex, intricate system. Okay? So there's a message in the pain there for you. Okay? So you definitely need to kind of sit down when you have a chance and work through it, face it, feel through it, think through it. Definitely question it. That's too many cards. Pile 2. Okay, drifter, experiencing life as it comes. So I was going to say something about being an observer, because I know like it may be difficult for you, but to in order for you to really gain a 35,000 foot view and a perspective about these really difficult thoughts and feelings that you may have about yourself, you need to be able to, as much as you can, detach emotionally from the thoughts that you're thinking and the things that you are feeling, and really look at it from a 30,000 foot view and approach it from that standpoint, from the observer standpoint, okay? Because you're not your thoughts and you're not your feelings. Your thoughts and your feelings is basically programming that comes out of, you know, experiences, primarily from the time you're like, you know, born, clear up to the age of 7. So a lot of what you are experiencing now is it's automatic programming during your most formidable years. Is it formidable? Formative, I don't know, not formidable, because I think that's something like negative, but so as far as like experiencing life as it comes, trying to really detach from making everything personal. That's what's really coming up. It's like, okay, someone told you that you weren't good enough to love. You have two choices. You can either make it personal about you, or you can make it about them. And I know from personal experience, if somebody's telling me that I'm not good enough, that's something going on with them, not me. And, you know, that's a revelation about yourself that may take you some time to finally like get it into your central nervous system. But that's the big thing. It's like, okay, then that can be part of the message, is like, look at your programming. Look at the darkness, and look at the heaviness, and look at the burden, and try to taking it personally. Try to take out the personal nature of it, and look at, you know, who and what caused you to think and feel that way about yourself, and see if you can put it in a different perspective. If you had parents that told you that you weren't good enough, that says more about them than it does about you, right? And if you have a love partner that tells you you're not good enough, that says more about them than it does about you. When you learn how to not take what others say about you personally and make what they say about you more about them than it is about you, there's freedom there that is, it's paramount, okay? The freedom there is going to be unlike anything you've ever felt. All right, let's see, where are we at? Let's see what energy is wanting to come through to support you during this healing. Okay, pile 2. Let's see, where are we at on the counter? Okay, we're doing good at 22 minutes. Pile 1 went into damn near an hour. See, yours is not that bad. I mean, it's still going to be a good length of a video, but yeah. All right, pile 2, tell me, speak to me, pile 2. What energy is wanting to come through to support pile 2 during this healing time? Ooh, Lilith, independence, recognize your own potential. It's like strip down to the bare essentials and really get a good look at yourself. And ask yourself, are you seeing yourself through the eyes of who and what you truly are? Or are you seeing yourself through the eyes of your programming? Your programming that has been telling you up until this point that you're not worthy, you're not capable, you're not able, and all that stuff, okay? This also is telling me to tell you that you are independent from the thought patterns, the belief system, and the emotional heart set that has been carving out your life up into this point. You are not that. You're not your thoughts, you're not your thoughts, you're not your feelings, you're not your past, you're not even your body. Who and what you truly are is beyond all of that. The only thing that has been keeping you from being able to experience the life here that you've been wanting is all based out of fear and self-limitation. Okay? So your higher self telling you to recognize your own potential is your higher self telling you that you are more than capable of creating the life that you want to create. You just have to destroy the belief system that is telling you you're not worthy, you're not lovable, you're not capable of doing this or that, okay? Your higher self is saying that's bullshit. Yes, you are. You are lovable, you are capable, and you can do anything you wanna do, okay? All right, let's get 3 cards for pile 2, please. Three cards for pile 2. Here we have, you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, community. I'll get these laid out first and then I'll tell you. We'll talk about them. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. I feel like that's a big message for you. Time is not running out. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. Okay, and that's more like what we were talking about earlier. As far as absorbing what is not yours, what is not yours is someone else's opinion of you. So you shouldn't be taking it personally. You shouldn't be taking others' opinions of you personally. And you're not alone. Like, there are people out there who want to tell you and who are probably already telling you that you're beautiful, that you're worthy, that love you. And for some reason, it's easier for you to believe the people that tell you that you're not lovable than it is for you to believe the people that are telling you that you are. And this also can be telling you that the you're not alone can be telling you that part of helping to heal yourself from this very toxic belief system is to allow yourself to get out and about among people and open yourself up to making new friends and making new connections, because there are people out there and your higher self is wanting to guide you to those people to give you new evidence of your lovability, of your, of reasons why you have to be confident about yourself. Okay? And then it says trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. You're here for a reason. Yes, you're here to, like, this lifetime is about undoing past karma, but this may very well be talking about your mission here. Okay, I need to do a purpose reading for people because I don't have one of those yet. But this is very what's that word? Not indirectly, but it's almost like they're sneaking it in there. Like your higher self is sneaking it in there. Like, oh, by the way, we've got a mission. You've got a mission here for this lifetime. Like, yes. Part of the mission right now is to heal, but there's something even bigger, okay? But you're really being guided, though, to focus on healing your relationship with yourself, healing your self-image about yourself, and really learning to take what other people say about you like a grain of salt, okay? And salt dissolves in water, by the way. All right? It just keeps coming through. Like, don't take what other people say about you personally. What they say about you has everything to do, it points back to them and not to you. Okay? Somebody telling you that you're not worthy actually points back to them and how they feel about their worth, not yours. All right, let's see. I got, one more deck of cards we're going to pull from. We're going to get some direct messages from your higher self. Let's get 5 cards for pile 2, please. Five cards for pile 2. What messages do you have for pile 2. Okay, we got light. I think we should see other people. And yeah, nah. Let me get a couple more. This may be what you need to be telling to other people. Like, I think we need to see other people because this relationship is not in alignment with my highest good. Hold on. We'll pull some more cards, though. I'll wait to interpret these after I get the last 2 pulled. Aw, love me. Then we have, I am terrified. Yeah, and of course that's what's going to happen because, and I feel like this is your ego, you know, egoic fears, because the ego is really, ego does not like change. Even though ego can be programmed with, you know, the kind of programming that can be very destructive, ego doesn't know any better. It doesn't know that what, like, the programming that it's running is destructive. It doesn't know. Okay? The ego doesn't know right, it doesn't know wrong. Now your conscience does, and your conscience is that part of you, like, you know, your inner self, your higher self. That part of you knows, your soul knows the difference between right and wrong. Your ego does not. It doesn't know that something is destructive or constructive. It doesn't know that something is hurtful or healthy. It doesn't know. All it is just a program, okay? And the program is there to keep you safe. And as you know, most egos are programmed with programming that is nothing but a huge effing virus, right? Like, what is supposed to be programming to keep us safe is actually causing us so much harm, it's unreal. But your ego is terrified. So you're going to have to expect, while you're healing this, that your ego is going to be kicking up dust. And so what that may look like, pile 2, is an amplification of evidence, quote unquote, from the outside, trying to reinforce the program. The program I'm talking about is reinforce the I'm not good enough program, I'm not worthy program, I'm not capable program, that program, okay? So this is just how the ego works. It doesn't know that what it's doing is destructive to you. It's just trying to preserve itself. It's trying to self-preserve, okay? But you have to power through it, okay? Meet your ego with the light of who and what you really are, with the truth, okay? And the best way, honestly, to bypass the ego is to question whatever it is it's trying to kick up. And so if it's bringing people into your life that keep telling you you're not worthy, you're not this, you're not that, that's the ego's way of attracting to you people that will reinforce this program, because this is survival here for the ego, okay? But repetition and questioning things, as far as, like, so if somebody tells you, no, you're not good enough, you have to ask yourself, is that true? Am I really not good enough? And then you have to question yourself. So what I want you guys to check out, it's a book called Loving What Is by Byron Katie, okay? I need to make a list of stuff, so I'm gonna, I'll leave a link in the description box to this resource so you can check out. It's a book you can get through Amazon, and this teaches you how to question your way out of this kind of programming, okay? Very helpful. And yeah, I think your higher self is telling your ego, we need to see other people. We need to think about a different kind of programming. This, like, you and me ego, we're not working out anymore. Like, we need to see other people. I need to go find me another ego program that's actually going to work for this life rather than against it, right? Yeah, no, I don't think so, ego. I'm gonna love me, and, you know, I'm gonna shine the light on all of the BS, and we're gonna rebuild it. We're gonna rebuild it, and we're gonna live the life that we want to live. All right, pile 2, those were your messages. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it brought you healing and closure if you needed it. Do me a favor, you guys, if you got any value from this video, please smash that like button, comment, share, subscribe if you feel led to do so. I deeply honor the time that you spend here with me. I really, really do. And I look forward to reading again for you very soon. Thanks, pile 2. Well, hello, pile 3. If you chose the picture Jasper skull, this is going to be your reading, and today we're going to be looking at what karmic healing is wanting to come through for you today, okay? What karmic healing is your higher self wanting to pull through in order to help you progress more through this lifetime, okay? So let's get right to your reading. So first, what I'm going to do, pile 3, is I'm going to ask the pendulum how many cards from the karmic healing deck is required for this reading, for your healing, okay? Let's see, pile 3 requires 3 or more cards, requires more than 3 cards. Okay, so you get 3 cards, pile 3. 3 cards, so a lot of healing is wanting to come through for you. Pile 3, what karma healing is wanting to happen today? Or it's wanting to come through now? Karma healing for pile 3. Oh, we got a soul memory system. Broadcast message. Then we have, ooh, an open portal way. Okay. A lot of energy wanting to come up for healing today. And this is actually stuff that is very, I don't want to say it's heavy, but this is potent, okay? Very potent karmic energy coming through. All right, so your soul memory system, that's speaking about, and this is, if soul memory problems come from past lives. And so I need to find out if this energy is, what kind of a soul memory issue this is. All right, so there's some clouding, there's like soul memory clouding. And so something happened in a past life where it clouded your soul's memory of itself. And the broadcast message is going to let us know exactly where that came from. A broadcast message is almost, it's like a belief pattern or a thought pattern, but it's like a beacon. It's a signal that's being broadcast, and so people are picking up on this. It's subconscious, and people are picking up on this, and it's also affecting the field of possibility or the realm of intention. Basically, it's like this broadcast system is causing something of great influence, usually negative influence, to continually manifest itself in your life consistently, so that you are constantly having to re-experience the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, so let's get some more information about that. I need to figure out what area of life most, or what area of how this energy is being translated into your life right now. Pile 3. Soul memory system and broadcast message. Give me more information on that. It's like everything. It's affecting everything. All right, it says embrace the balance between earth and spirit. Okay. So it's affecting everything. Your higher self is really wanting to say, but underneath that, it is mostly affecting relationships. We got heart chakra energy coming out. So love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. And then forgiveness, you'll find freedom in forgiveness. Okay, so the two stones that are coming out is malachite and rhodonite. Okay, if you have any malachite and rhodonite around, let's see if I can, I don't have anything like right this, I don't have anything close, unfortunately. But look up malachite and rhodonite, okay? And those are some very healing stones that are wanting to come through. And even this card is pink, which is very representative of the heart chakra. So very heavy heart chakra healing. These past issues are hitting you hard in the heart. Okay. So this broadcast message, and I'll get more of a feeling of what it is. But definitely it's affecting your love life. It's affecting your relationships. It's affecting something to happen where you may be facing a constant stream of lies, negativity, betrayal even. And the fact that we have this card here that's kind of like it touches on all the energy centers, all the chakras. This could be all relationships, like everyone in your life just seems to disappoint you, let you down. You have a really hard time feeling like you can really trust anyone. Yeah, and so there must be a broadcast message. I'm not saying that this is it, but it's almost going to be around the flavor of I can't be trusted, or you can't be trusted. I don't know. Well, it's something about trust. Trust is coming up. Sorry. All right, let's get some more information on, we're going to do tarot first. I did this a little bit different in the other piles, but I'm feeling guided to do this reading a little differently. We're going to find some more information. Give me more information about this broadcast message. Because I think that broadcast message is going to give me a very good feeling about what, because the soul memory system birthed the broadcast message. And so if I can figure out, or I should say when we figure out what the broadcast message is, then we know what the soul memory system issue is all about. Tell me about pile 3's broadcast message that is affecting their heart space, their heart chakra, their relationships. Broadcast message. Tell me about this broadcast message, please. Got the Knight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the Five of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. I need one more. And the Queen of Cups. All right, so there's a good balance of masculine and feminine energy here. Give me a minute, pile 2 or 3. All right, so what's coming through pile 3, and I'm not saying this is verbatim, but I'm kind of giving you the energy of what this broadcast message is, the energy of it, okay? So something along the lines of, I'm too nice, I have no boundaries. I'm too nice, I have no boundaries. And so what this broadcast message is doing, because this broadcast message is an actual energetic field that is preceding you everywhere that you go. And so I'm not saying necessarily that only those people who will overstep your boundaries and take advantage of you will be entering into your life, but those are the kinds of people that you tend to let in. Okay, you just got to think about it from an energy standpoint. And so you're definitely having a hard time remembering how precious you really are. It's like you're leaving your heart wide open without any fences, any boundaries, and you know, the ones who are really coming, I mean, it's like you're letting everyone in, and there are a lot of people that you're letting in that are doing a lot of damage. So your higher self, it's like you really need to learn how to set and enforce boundaries. And pile 3, that does mean that you're probably going to lose some connections, but those connections aren't good for you anyway. I mean, you're giving of your heart, you're giving with your stuff, you give. And because of that, there are a lot of people in your life that have taken advantage of you. And living this way, it leaves you open. So it's unpredictable who is going to do what until it's too late. Like, you can't predict who is going to come into your house and respect it and maybe even help you, quote unquote, clean it or keep it, maintained, or who is going to come in your house and trash it. Okay, come in your heart and trash it. And there may be like an inner battle in your mind and in your heart about this, or maybe more along the lines of like a thought pattern around what's going to happen if you actually start putting up boundaries around your heart and putting up boundaries about, who you give your generosity to. But that's not, you don't want to be right in that. It's almost like, you're sticking to a thing like, well, if I don't do this, or if I don't live this way, and then you can fill in the rest of the sentence. A part of you truly thinks no one is going to be there for you. But you have to have the courage to go ahead and face the possibility, and understand that as long as your heart is intact, like having 100 people close to your heart, trashing it, doing damage, taking from it, lying to it, deceiving it, is not better than not having anybody in your house or in your heart at all. And actually, that may very well be what needs to happen first. Like, you might need to like set up boundaries and kick everyone out that's not respecting those boundaries. And you may be left alone for a time, but honestly, if you're alone in your heart or in your house, that gives you time to clean it up. To heal it, to restore it, to repair it, so that when you're ready to open back up again, and with these firm boundaries set in place, you'll be able to have some really empowering connections with people, not connections that do nothing but take from you, drain you, take advantage of you, things of that nature. And this is all across the board. This is personal relationships, business relationships, karmic relationships. Okay, all types of relationships are showing here. This is affecting you. This karma is affecting you in every single area of your life, not just personal relationships. It's affecting your finances. It's affecting your karma. It's affecting every part of your life. Okay, let's get some more information. What was I going to do before yeah, we'll pull this one. All right, pile 3. Ah, look at that. Solitude cave. Yep. See, you may have to do that. So what you need to do, or what I should say, what is being suggested to do is set boundaries and stick with them. And anyone who is in your heart that is crossing these boundaries and taking advantage of you, those people need to be distanced. You need to be distanced from those people. And this may kick off a time of solitude for you. But you can use that solitude to heal, to restore, repair, and to make your heart, aka your home, exactly how you want it without the influence of other people. Okay? Because it's your heart, it's your home, you do with it what you want to do. And then as you become more strong in that space, you know, with your boundaries set firmly in place, then you can let people back in. And only those people who honor and respect you and your boundaries can stay. Okay, let's get some more cards. Pile 3. We got driftwood and transmute. Yeah, that's part of that solitude and self-care, like, you know, spending that time alone and repairing and restoring and healing. This is really coming through. Healing in that area is really, really coming through heavy, heavy, heavy. Like, you need to do a lot of heart healing, because it's not just affecting relationships, it's affecting everything in your life, including your mental health. It's like a constant battle in your mind, not just your heart. All right, here we've got muzzled, speak your truth. And this is, you know, been very difficult for you to do, because that's part of, you know, having boundaries. And then puppet, manipulate. Yes, so you being quiet, you not having boundaries, you keeping your truth muzzled has made it very easy for other people to manipulate you so they can get what they want out of you. And that is not the way for anyone to live life. Pile 3. One more for pile 3, please. And then we got whirlpool and cycles. Okay. Things have just been very unstable in your life. Unpredictable, unstable, and it's hard for you to really get a good firm grasp on when one cycle is ending and one's beginning. And this could be like, I see a revolving door. So, you know, people coming and going, but only when they really need something from you. Only when it benefits them, and rarely ever does it really benefit you. Revolving door. I keep seeing a revolving door. Let's see, let's look at what energy is wanting to come through. Actually, no, we'll do this first. Let's talk about how to overcome this block. And here we got mask. Got the whip. Need one more for pile 3. Ah, magnifying glass. So what I'm being shown is like taking off the mask, breaking it into a million tiny little pieces, and really looking at what is left underneath. And also I'm hearing like whip it back into shape. Like, you know, your heart space has been trashed, because of the people that have been allowed to just camp out there, taking without ever really giving much back. Like, get it, you know, whip it back into shape. Get those fences up, get those boundaries up, and take a good hard look, you know, at your own role and how people have been showing up in your life. It's not an easy thing to do. A lot of people get mad at messages like that. Don't shoot the messenger. All right. But I do come from a place of like self-empowerment. And so rather than looking at a situation as, you know, what has been done to you, it's so much easier and self-empowering to look at how you showed up, like your role in it, and how, you know, what you could have done, or how you contributed to what you experienced. You know, were there red flags, that blazing red flags that you did not heed? Were there, you know, were you constantly letting somebody behave against you in a way, and without sticking up for yourself, you just allowed it? You see what I mean? It's just things like that. And start to rebuild and restructure from the inside, and then that's going to make your outside world so much more organized, so much more safe for you, safe in the realm of like safe for your heart, right? You know, because we need people, we need relationships in order to thrive. I mean, you can get away for a time with completely isolating yourself, but that's just, it's not healthy in the long term, you know, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, any which way. And so what better way to set yourself up to attract relationships in your life? And I mean across the board, all kinds of relationships where people want to give to you as much as you give to them, or they want to support you as much as you want to support them, or they want to show up for you in a very dependable, loving, compassionate manner, the same way that you want to show up for them. Like people that will pour into your life like you want to pour into theirs, okay? Things of that nature. Let's see. Okay, now let's pull from here. One card for pile 3, please. Ooh, Eye of the Needle, intentionality. Yes, and so that's more like that magnifying glass. You're going to have to take a magnifying glass and really look at your internal belief structures and really pick those apart. Like, see, like, it's funny that we're seeing the you know, the Eye of the Needle and then the magnifying glass. Like, I'm getting like somebody that's sewing, but they're having to first use a magnifying glass to undo past stitching because it just didn't work. It was faulty. They didn't like the pattern, and so they're sitting there with a magnifying glass, and they're picking apart the patterns that were constructed up to this point because they want to completely redo it. And that's kind of like what you're having to do. You're going to have to look at the pattern and look at it very closely to find the threads that are causing not the corruption, the distortion in the picture, okay? Because out of this pattern is causing a distortion in your energy field that is causing the field of possibilities to produce all the things that you're not wanting to experience. And you got to really look at it close to figure out, okay, which thread is it, which thought pattern, you know, what is it that is causing me to continually manifest the same experience across the board with multiple people, multiple situations, over and over and over and over and over again. And get very focused and very clear on the life and experience you are wanting to experience, and start showing up and start rebuilding and restructuring your heart and your energy field according to that intention. Okay, let's see, let's get 3 cards from here. 3 cards for pile 3. So the open portal way is basically just allowing people open access to your heart. Not just to your heart, but to, oh, what's that? A vital force energy. You are completely just, you're completely open. Vital force energy is the energy through which you manifest. That's your creative energy. And you have created access to yourself so that other people can come and basically drain you of your vital force energy. Okay, so I'm being guided to stop right now and tell you how you can actually, okay, so what you need to do, pile 3, in order to, because first we need to close this portal way, okay? And all of this stuff is energetic, so the way that all of this stuff was created through the power of intention, so the way that it is closed is through the power of intention. And so all you have to do is say to yourself that, you know, this open portal way, this open access to your creative power is closed. Nobody, no one, no matter who it is, no one needs access to your vital force energy. Every single person has their own. They don't need yours. And if they do, that is still not your responsibility, okay? So even if you have children, aging parents or whatever, it is not your business, or not business, it's not your responsibility to feed your vital force energy into someone else, okay? We each have our own access to vital force energy, and for the very few souls on earth who don't make yourself a sacrifice for them, okay? That's just going to cause you to rack up more negative karma, all right? So the minute that you decide you're closing this portal way, you are denying access to every single soul, person, entity on this earth from accessing your precious vital force energy. That's done, okay? And then realize that you're no longer going to allow other people to just have open access to your heart as well. You know, they need to be able to pass the test of your boundaries before they can become a part of your, I mean, just to get in your heart, and let alone your inner circle, okay? And then as far as like doing all of that stuff is automatically going to help your soul memory to regain its clarity. All right. Okay, let's see what, oh yeah, three cards from this deck. So as far as closing that portal way, you can just say, like I said, something along those lines, or if you want to do some kind of a ritual to kind of symbolize it, symbolically do that, you can do that as well. It's just whatever you feel guided to do, okay, pile 3. But honestly, all of this stuff, you didn't need a ritual in order to open it or create that karma, so you don't need a ritual in order to close it. But if that just kind of puts you in a better feeling space about it, go ahead and do it. It's whatever works for you, all right? You can close that portal, open portal way through whatever means necessary that you know, feels right for you. All right, 3 cards for pile 3. All right, here we got, you're not for everyone. And that means not everyone deserves to be let inside your heart, okay? You're not for everyone. And everyone is not for you. Star Keeper, Cosmic Ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. So stay grounded. I'll talk more about these in a minute. Then here we have Breath of the Cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Yes! So I'm getting heavy, powerful star seed, star child vibes from this reading. Like your higher self is really wanting you to know that possibly this whole like problem or this whole karmic situation is coming from a place, is actually coming from a place of good intention. Like, you know, part of what you're here to do is really probably to help other people, right? But there's a more constructive way to do it. And part of what you're not supposed to be doing is allowing other people access to your vital force energy. What you can do is teach other people. First you have to rebuild it for yourself. You got to take care of yourself first, okay? And then you'll be able to, and that goes back to that cave, right? You got to take care of yourself first. And then you can go out and start helping people access their own vital force energy, okay? Not allowing these people to be overly dependent on you, overly reliant on you, not allowing other people to take advantage of you, not being everyone's safety net, okay? That's not what you're here for. You're not here for that, okay? You need to just really stay grounded in the truth of who you really are, and you're not doing yourself any favors. In fact, you're doing yourself a huge misservice by allowing other people to basically leech off of you. They're leeching and feeding off of your energy and your generosity. Okay, we got a couple more decks, I think. We got 2 more decks too. So I'm going to get one card from this deck. We're going to figure out what energy is wanting to come through to support you during this time of healing, pile 3. The best way that you can help other people, pile 3, is by learning how to conserve your energy and how to focus and use it rationally, efficiently. Yeah, that's the best thing that you can do. All right, here we've got focus. I am tenacious and unwavering in my intention. This keeps coming through. Intention, intention, intention. Big, big, big messages about focusing your intention, about using your intention, about aiming it, and really being purposeful with it. So you might have a problem with really believing that you have the ability to create the life that you want to create or the relationships you want to create. And this is telling you, like, you're not understanding but that doubt is an intention in and of itself. And that doubt is an intention that is going out and creating, you know, more things for you to doubt about yourself. Okay? Now we're going to get some direct messages to you from your higher self. All right, pile 3, higher self. All right, yes. We'll figure out what they're saying yes to, or what you're saying yes to. Pile 3, higher self. What do you have to say to pile 3? What messages do you have for pile 3, please? You are so very special. I imagine you naked, and I'll explain these here in a minute. And we got a couple more. All right. I would do anything for you. And then love is the answer. Okay, so earlier we got the mask. Yeah, we got the mask card that came out. And so your higher self saying, I imagine you naked, is basically saying, I imagine you without the mask, without the false identity, without the fear, without the ego. I imagine you without the covering, okay? Because that is who you truly are. That's where you're going to be the most powerful. And that's what you're needing to really, like, I'm also seeing, like, you know, in practical terms, people have a very difficult time just being naked in their physical body because there's such a block towards being able to accept our physical bodies as it is. And that really is just a physical manifestation of how we're feeling about our true self. And so if you would have a hard time, like if you just have a hard time looking in the mirror, let alone like taking a magnifying glass to your body, that's basically the same kind of energy, how you're feeling about taking a magnifying glass to, you know, who you really are inside. And your higher self is saying, you know, not to be afraid of that. Underneath the mask, underneath the covering, it's like you're the most beautiful soul. You're cosmic. You're made of stardust. And coupled with all these messages about the power of intention, it's like I would do anything for you. In other words, you learn how to show up from this place of authenticity, and which means like showing up from a place completely firmly grounded in your boundaries. That's where you're going to be the most powerful, and you start broadcasting a whole different message out to the universe so that the universe can, on repeat, start sending things to you that you actually want to experience on a regular basis. And here it's kind of giving you a little clue. Love is the answer. And of course, here we have all this heart chakra energy, more pink. Love's the answer. But you have to first start with loving yourself underneath the mask, without the riot that's going on inside of your heart, because, you know, everybody's just there causing issues. You know, I mean, imagine what happens if you just open the door and anybody and everybody is allowed to come in as they please and do what they want, you know, really without any supervision. It's going to be a riot, and that poor house is going to get beaten and torn to shreds. And that's basically what's going on with your heart right now. So first, love is the answer. That is where you start, by loving yourself first. Kicking everybody out of your heart who has done nothing but hurt it, defile it, you know, cause it to be injured or misstructured in any way. Okay? And, you know, your higher self is saying, yes, you're very special. Yes, it would do anything for you. Yes, love is the answer. Just yes. Yes, you deserve the best. Yes, you know, you're here to live a life that is magnificent rather than one of constant struggle and worry. All right, pile 3, those were your messages. I truly hope that they brought you some sense of healing. I hope they brought you closure if that's what you were looking for. And if this video or these messages brought you any kind of, you know, value, do me a favor and smash that like button. Share, subscribe, and comment if you feel led to do so. And I just want you guys to know that I highly, I honor the time that you spend here with me. I know time is precious, and, you know, you just spent some of your time here with me, and I really do honor that. And I hope that, you know, I was able to provide you something of value in exchange. I love and adore you guys. I will be reading for you again soon. Bye, pile 3. Hi, pile 4. If you chose the red Jasper stone, we are going to be looking at what karma might be holding you back, what karma needs healing. Basically, we're going to be connecting with your higher self and getting ready to work on some karmic blocks. Okay, so first what I'm going to do, pile 4, is I'm going to ask the pendulum how many cards from this karmic healing deck needs to be pulled for you. So for pile 4, 3 or more cards are required for pile 4 for this reading. 2. Okay. 2 cards for pile 4. So let's see what kind of karmic healing is wanting to come through for pile 4 today. Pile 4, karmic healing. All right. Oh, that's a blank one. Pile 4, karmic healing. All right, so it looks like we got some energy mold, and I'll explain what some of this stuff is. Need one more for pile 4, please. One more karmic healing card for pile 4. Karmic pile, come on. One more for pile 4. Looking for a jumper. Give me a jumper for pile 4. Or a flipper. There we go. Ooh, it's jumping all over the place. right, and an earthbound soul. Okay, so all right, so pile 4, you're dealing with an energy vampire, basically, okay? And this may or may not be someone who has passed on. The way cards work is they point in a general direction. Since this is a general reading, that's how I take these cards. And so some of you may actually have an earthbound soul that is attaching itself to you, draining you of your vital force energy. Some of you you're either around energy vampires, you've got somebody in your life that's an energy vampire. Basically what an energy vampire is, it's someone that literally attaches to your energy field, whether they're in your presence or not, okay? So this person doesn't have to be in your presence in order to drain energy, your vital force energy from you. So vital force energy is very important. It's the energy that you get from source, from the universe, or from God, okay? And it's this vital force energy through which you're powered, all right? This energy is the source of everything in your life. Not only is it the power through which you're able to exist in this 3D realm and in this universe period, but it also is the energy through which you are able to manifest, okay? So when you have energy vampires who are connecting to your energy field and literally feeding off of your energy, your vital force energy, that is going to create limitations in your ability to manifest, because literally these people are taking that ability from you and using it for them, okay? So we really need to look more into this to figure out what we can do about it. And then an energy mold or a fungus, again, these aren't, you think about things in the 3D realm. All things in the 3D realm first come from what's called the etheric realm, okay? And so if it exists in the energy realm, if it exists in the physical 3D realm, it first exists in the etheric realm, in the energy realm, okay? So there is actually something like an energy mold or an energy fungus that is affecting you in some way, shape, or form. So let's get some more information about this energy mold. And if you know, think about physical mold and fungus, okay? They're opportunistic organisms that feed off of whatever it is, that they're on. Okay, so you've got an energy vampire draining you of your vital force energy, and then you have some kind of an energy mold or a fungus that is basically doing the same thing. Here we've got, let's see, throat chakra, speak from your heart. It is the only thing worth listening to. So let me ask if we need to get another card from this deck. Pile 4 needs another chakra card to help with this healing. It needs 2 more. Okay, 2 more. Let's see. Here we got embrace the balance between earth and spirit. Let's get 1 more. Out of chaos comes creation. Okay, so for the most part, these energy vampires, they're not selective when it comes to what kind of vital force, energy. There are the best way that I can explain it, pile 4, is that you think of your energy centers, right? Most people think of them as chakras, but so, if you're needing to manifest abundance and wealth, you might want to tap into, sacral chakra energy and or solar plexus energy. If you want to manifest a house, to live in, you might want to tap into, root chakra energy or heart chakra energy, stuff like that. If you're wanting to manifest psychic abilities, you would want to, maybe tap into your crown chakra energy and third eye energy. If you're wanting to manifest, maybe writing a book or giving a seminar or something that requires communication, whether it's written, spoken, even telepathically delivered. You would want to tap into the throat chakra, okay, which is all about expression, self-expression. There's multiple means to express yourself, but it's the throat chakra through which that energy is given and received, okay? Received. It's given and received are the same damn thing. So, so unfortunately, I guess it doesn't really matter. These energy vampires in this energy mold or fungus is really affecting you across all areas of life. But it is pinpointing and highlighting your ability to communicate and get messages through. And this also could really be blocking your ability to connect to your heart and to receive messages and receive guidance from your higher self, from your heart, things of that nature, okay? So we're gonna just keep pulling cards to get some more information about how these karmic blocks are affecting you. And I'm being told to tell you guys, as far as the earthbound soul, because an earthbound soul traditionally, so if I was doing an actual one-on-one private session with you and an earthbound soul came up, to me I would interpret that you actually have a disembodied spirit that once was human, attaching itself to your energy field, because once you pass over, in order to stay in this 3D realm, if you don't have a physical body, you still have to connect to someone with a physical body, and then you would tap into, that's how you would basically survive here in the 3D realm without passing on. And so in order for an earthbound soul to stay earthbound, they have to attach to your energy field, and they normally will attach along one of the energy centers, okay? And this does drain you of vital force energy. Some of you here do have an actual earthbound soul attached to your energy body, okay? So that might be something that you have to like really maybe meditate about. Otherwise, the rest of you, it's basically there could be one or multiple energy vampires that you're needing to cut cords with, okay? And I mean like in physical bodies, all right? Just the best thing to do really is to maybe take it into meditation. And honestly, to tell you the truth, you guys, intention is very powerful. As long as you believe in yourself and you trust yourself, you don't really need the details of who, what, when, where, and why. You just need the intention to know these connections are hurting you. And if you want to, and you have the faith in yourself to, all you have to do is just set the intention. And you can even imagine, running your hand down, from the crown of your head all the way down to the, soles of your feet, and imagine that you're cutting any negative energetic cords that are siphoning your vital force energy from you, okay? For those of you that like ritual, I would highly recommend to use a combination of black tourmaline and selenite. You can use a selenite wand, much like the one that my pendulum is on. Use something like that, and use it kind of as like a energetic knife to sever the sword. If you don't have anything like that, you guys, your body is the ultimate weapon, okay? Use your hands or whatever, and you can use your hand kind of like a blade to sever any sword. It's your intention that is actually doing all the work, okay? Everything else is simply symbolic. And so just letting you know, okay? I would highly recommend that you go ahead and do that. If you know who these energy vampires are, you know where this cording is at, then you can definitely just zero in on that if you wish. But if you have no clue who is connecting to you and draining you of your energy, just set the intention that you're going to cut all connected cords that are draining you, okay? And it will get done. All right, so first we got puppet, manipulate. Let's get 4 more cards for pile 4. Mindset, scarcity, abundance, withdrawal, grief, disconnected. Yeah, okay, let's get 2 more. Oh, see, ghost and vanish. Some of you do have an actual earthbound soul. So an earthbound soul, it could be anybody. It could be somebody that you know that has passed. You can know them personally. It could be a soul that you just kind of picked up while you were out and about, especially if you're somebody that does things like paranormal investigating or ghost hunting, things like that. It could also be, it's not an attached soul. So an earthbound soul is basically, earthbound soul isn't somebody from like a past life. It's either going to be someone that you know that has passed on, that for whatever reason feels that it has unfinished business, but it needed to attach to somebody in order to do that, and you were the one that it chose to attach to. Or this earthbound soul is somebody from, you know, a house you may have lived in, somewhere where you may have visited, a hospital, a church. If you go on paranormal investigations, it could be that as well, okay? For those of you that do have earthbound souls. Some of you do, because your ghost came out, so this is going to be prominent for quite a few of you. The same way that I was telling you to cut cords, you can also remove the earthbound soul, because that's basically what it's doing. It created a cord to connect itself with you. You can just cut that cord and send it on its way. All right. All right. We need 1 more card for pile 4, please. And I'm being told to tell you, you can actually kind of pinpoint when this, you can pinpoint when this attached soul connected to you, because there was something like, that's kind of like when it set off a trigger of, I don't want to say chaos, but that's what's coming into my mind. Like, you can pinpoint when this soul connected to you is because it triggered off like, see, and it's funny that right now my mind is being clouded in what it, because it's a throat chakra issue. It's a communication issue. It's like a domino effect happened during that time, and it's because this being, this entity, plugged into your energy field and started siphoning energy from the air, well, mostly focused from the area of your throat chakra, but it was really pretty much siphoning energy from everywhere. So that's really going to distort your energy field, really causing your outer world to, and it's going to throw your outer world out of balance, because you have to remember the whole way, think about the law of attraction and how we manifest things. Your energy field is what interacts with the field of possibilities. And so if your energy field is being distorted by another being draining you of vital force energy, which is the energy through which you manifest and create in this 3D world, it's going to throw everything off balance. Like, so everything seemed to me, why am I hearing school? Some of you picked this up from school. So picked it up from maybe a high school, but college is really coming through. Okay, so it's like all of a sudden things were going okay, and things were going fine. Then all of a sudden things just started going downhill. Downhill. Heel. Why did I say heel? Healing. But really, when I said heel, I think about the heel of a shoe or the heel of a foot. Anyway, let's keep going. I need 1 more card. Sorry, you guys. When when messages come, I gotta get it out. All right, we got 1 more card for pile 4. Whirlpool and cycles. Yeah, and so it just kind of kicked off a perpetual cycle of just like the same crap happening. Like, not really being in. You think about a whirlpool, doesn't matter how hard you swim, you can't seem to get out of the current. And so it seems like it kicked off I still can't even think of the words to say. It kicked off a cycle. That's not really what I'm wanting to say, but it kind of kicked off like a progression, like one domino, boom, 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 right? So it kicked off this progression where it affected everything. So it, you know, all of a sudden you're having a hard time really like communicating with people. Not that you can't talk, but people aren't able to really receive the messages. Like, you're talking and they're hearing your words, but they are reacting completely different from what the message you were trying to convey. Like you're being largely misunderstood. And because you're being cut off from your heart, like the whole thing about truth, speak from your heart, it is the only thing worth listening to. So that energy being drained from you, it's like all of a sudden you're making the wrong decisions and you don't know why. Everything that you seemed to come easy to you, all of a sudden is just like you don't have access to that anymore. And now we know why, because you got things, entities and beings and things feeding off of you, and it's completely distorting your ability to manifest from the field of possibilities. Okay, all right, let's pull some more cards. Let's get some more information about this earthbound soul. Pile 4. Tell me more about this earthbound soul, or this energy vampire. The 9 of Wands. Caused you to take a break from something. Like you were pretty gung-ho on a certain path, and then all of a sudden something happened, and then it's like you had to take a break. You had to take a break. You were building a business, you were going to school, you were building a family, you're doing something, then you had to take a break. And this connection, this earthbound soul, or this energy vampire, is keeping itself very well hidden. But you can see its presence in your world around you. Like evidence is around you everywhere, just in what you're not able to manifest, what you're not able to communicate. Pretty much everything. It's affecting every single area of your life and your ability to manifest in every area of your life. Like everything is just out of sorts. This person, this attached soul, or this energy vampire, is somebody of great importance, or was somebody of great importance. A professor, somebody prominent, somebody older, or whose energy felt very mature, very old. And we got the Ace of Cups reversed. Yeah, and so very impetuous. May have been a playboy. I should say masculine energy. The energy is masculine, so it may not be a male, but the energy is very masculine, okay? Females can carry masculine energy, as predominant masculine energy as well. I mean, think about some of the cutthroat females out there, Yeah, some of you know this person closely. Probably isn't somebody you're really too fond of. And for those of you that don't know this person, this is just letting you know who they are. And this is really letting me know why too. It's almost like they're wanting to stay behind because they enjoyed the life, the reputation, the status, the power that they were able to create here when they were alive, and they weren't quite ready to give it up. So they're trying in a really weird way to manifest their desires through you, but it's completely messing things up. So for those of you who really strangely, like if you were in school and you were going down one solid path, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lost desire for this path and you wanted to go down a completely different path, it's because that path, the completely new one, was something that this earthbound soul wanted. It was more along what they were wanting to do. Like, say if you were going for psychology, then all of a sudden you drop psychology to go for computer programming. They're two completely different things, but that was the work of this person. The same can be true for those of you dealing with just an energy vampire. This person's will, if they are connected to your energy and they are so good at draining energy, they can actually merge so much with your energy that you start to manifest the life that they want. But the problem here is that your energy field mixing with their energy field causes distortions on both ends. And so it's almost like you've got two separate wills that are like playing against each other. Like you're trying to manifest the life that you want, but all of your energy is going over here. And so it's like it's almost making it a whole completely different entity. It's the strangest thing that I'm seeing. And it's messing with everything. It's like you can't, for some of you, it's like you're trying to get back on track, but you can't, because the track that you're wanting to get on is not in alignment with the person who's connecting and draining to your energy. Okay, the person, or you know, the earthbound soul. This is crazy. The stuff that comes up in readings, you guys, very interesting. All right, let's get some more cards, pile 4. Let's get one card from this deck for pile 4, please. Oh, see, like that puppet and manipulate, yeah. Yeah, that's what, for those of you dealing with an actual earthbound soul, that's what's going on here. They're trying to live their life through you because they can't live life through a physical body anymore. Some of you might have actual parents too, not on the other side, but like, you know how we always hear parents trying to live vicariously through you. Well, there are some people that actually connect to your energy field and actually try to do that. They're trying to drain your energy from you so that they can manifest what they want in their own life. And this is really causing a disconnect within you, a disconnect from your path, a disconnect from your ability, a disconnect from yourself, period. Not just your path, but you can't even really receive and interpret guidance from your own higher self because you got somebody in there messing around with your vital force energy. So it's really going to make you doubt your ability to make things happen for yourself. All right, here we have crown games, right use of power. Holy moly. Okay, God, I love the way the cards just really, they stick to a message. So the right use of power, what does that mean? That means you are your own separate being. You've got your own body. In a perfect world, there's only one soul per body. Every now and again, that's not the case, but I'd probably say 95% of the time, you know, it's one soul per body. And one soul in that body has its own supply of vital force energy. And your ability to receive vital force energy from, you know, the universe or the creator, source, God, however you identify it, really depends on your authenticity, on you staying true to your path, you staying true to your conscience, you making decisions and acting in a way that is in alignment for your highest good and with your path. When you're doing that, then manifesting becomes very easy. Doing everything becomes very easy. When you're doing that, you can communicate, people hear the message fine. You can start off, you know, towards a destination and you can reach it with almost no problem. Issues come when we act in ways that we know are against our better judgment. We know go against what we know to be our highest good. And then that can open us up as well to people and entities and energies to be able to connect to us, because when we are constantly behaving in a way that goes against what we know to be our highest good, that lowers our vibration. And then when our vibration matches someone else's vibration, that's when the ability to be able to hook up your energy to somebody else can happen. What happens is, you know, with thinking about energies and stuff like that, if you are high vibration, the only time you would really connect to somebody's vibration, it would be mutual, a mutual understanding, and you would be doing it for the purposes of helping each other manifest an outcome that is in the highest good for both of you. It's a mutual understanding. When you start vibrating lower is when you start coming into contact with beings who don't give a shit about your highest good, right? And so that's where the issue comes. And so the right use of power is knowing that, or knowing how to use your vital force energy in a way that is going to keep you aligned with your highest good. Let me pull some more cards because there's a message trying to come through. Yeah, hold on. Let's get 3 cards from this deck. I want to keep this here though, because there's something about these two, right? Use of power. And I know that that is talking about, I feel like this person, whether it is a actual soul or if it is a somebody living, what is that message that's wanting to come through? See, it's wanting to stay hidden. Oh, hold on. Let's get this one. All right, how can we help pile 3? How can pile 4? How can pile 4 overcome? Look at this snake. All right, pile 4. Ooh, there's the Sith. Let's get one more. Oh my gosh. All right, so there is a snake in the garden. Oh my God, like the Garden of Eden. Huh. All right, so you have, this is very, very symbolic. Very symbolic. You got somebody in your garden trying to F things up. So this person obviously, if you think about, okay, like in, I think it, you know, the Garden of Eden and the snake there. The snake, I don't want to say it didn't have any real business being there. And the only real power that it had was just the power of suggestion. It couldn't make Adam or Eve do anything. It was the power of suggestion. It was sharing like false knowledge. That's just how the story goes anyway. Okay, you have this entity or this person in your life that is trying to basically do the same thing. Something that you have to understand, especially if this is an energetic being, a spiritual being, one that is disembodied and no longer in a physical body that's staying connected to you, they have the power to influence your thoughts, your communication, your emotions. They have the power to do that. So there may be quite a bit of things that you're thinking, feeling, and doing that are not congruent with who you know to be, but it's because you have this entity that is connected to you. And this is very true for just energy vampires in general, people that are in bodies, okay? So this person needs to be cut out of your life, period, in any way, shape, or form, because that's basically what this person is doing. You're in your own little, you're trying to create your own little Garden of Eden, and this being is in there basically trying to destroy it. So you can use your vital force energy in the right use of power is to use your vital force energy to restore your garden. But you have to basically get that snake out of there, cut that snake out of there. Wow, that is a powerful message. All right, let's get 3 cards for pile 4, please. Lifting the veil, questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. Boom! Questioning everything, anything unaligned must go. That must go, that must go, it must go. All right, let's get 2 more for pile 4. Holy moly. This isn't going to be too hard for those of you who are just removing an earthbound soul, like an actual disembodied soul. For those of you where this means that you're going to have to cut a person out of your life, this may be a very difficult thing for you to do, but you have to understand that's part of the lesson. Okay? If it's someone that you're related to, like, you know, a parent, or if it's someone that you've got kids with, or someone where it's like, you still have to have some kind of communication with them, do it from a distance. Kick them out of your heart, kick them out of your life, and just keep communication solely focused around whatever reason you need to have them in your life, okay? Otherwise, just love them from a distance. Keep your contact with them very minimal, and certainly do your best not to let them get to you in any way, which way or form. But definitely do whatever work you need to do to sever those ties, those energetic cords, okay? Here we got all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. And then the last one we have out of this deck is Star Brothers, Horse energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. So even through all of this, your higher self is letting you know your spirit guides got your back, the universe got your back, your higher self has your back, which is why you've been led to this particular video and this particular pile, because your higher self knows that this connection, this energetic connection with either this physical person or this earthbound soul is causing a lot of problems for you. Okay? Let's see. Okay, what energy is wanting to come through to help heal, to help your healing during this time? What energy is wanting to help support you during this time? Here we have, resilience. Obstacles are preparations for greater accomplishment. Oh, I love that message. So resilience is wanting to come through. Because when you're cutting something, so what you have to understand is if something has been a part of your energy field, even if it's foreign, that thing leaving and being cut out is going to cause a distortion temporarily until things get evened back out in your energy field, okay? But you are very resilient. I do feel though like this experience for you has given you an amazing amount of resolve, and it has prepared you in a way that once this whole thing is taken care of, and then you're able to reset and go back down the path that you choose, it's going to have given you such strength and resolve and resilience that it's going to help you out in your path in a way that it wouldn't have been able to really had you not had this experience before. You've had to really struggle in order to achieve or access what you've been able to up to this point. So imagine what it's going to be like when you no longer have that block there. It's like you're going to be able to achieve, you know, so much more in much little less time. Let's see. All right. Last, what we're going to do, pile 4, before we close out the reading, is we're going to get some direct messages from your higher self. What messages do you have for pile 4? Love me. Your higher self is not separate from you. It is you. It's an aspect of you. Look, I am coming. Trust. Oh, I need time for me. Look at that. Be more selfish. Oh, and it says, I want space. Okay, so your higher self needs time and space. Not from you, but with you. Because it's been cut off. So after you're done doing whatever it is you need to do to sever these emotional or these energetic cords with these energetic beings or vampires, energy vampires, to really spend some time getting acquainted with this part of yourself, because where it says here, you know, speak your truth, speak from your heart, it's the only thing that it's worth listening to. This is what you've been cut off from. So once you get reconnected, this distorting energy has been cut away from you. That's going to be, think about it as like a healing time. Think about it as surgery, like when you're cutting out this energy from you, even though it's a foreign, I mean, think about a tumor. There still needs to be healing time and recovery time even after you cut a tumor out of your body. It's pretty much, it's the same way when you cut anything out energetically, even though it's a foreign energetic object or being or whatever. It's a distortion. And so there's going to be some time of healing in there that's going to be needed, and your higher self really is wanting to come in and fill that quote unquote void to help heal, okay? And you're really being guided to get reacquainted with yourself, not just to get reacquainted, but to love yourself and be more selfish. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, that's not for me. And know that I'm getting really almost chill vibes from this, where it says I am coming. Not in a bad way, like in a revelation kind of way, an awakening, an eye-opening experience kind of way. Like, get ready for the breakthrough, get ready for the awakening, get ready for the unveiling. Very exciting. All right, pile 4, those were your messages. I hope they brought you healing. I hope they brought you closure if that's what you were seeking. And just know, you guys, that I really do honor the time that you choose to spend here with me. Time is very precious. It's limited in this physical realm, and I take very seriously the time that you spend here. So hopefully you were able to get a lot of value in exchange for the time that you spent here with me. Do me a favor, if this video brought you any value, please smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe if you feel led to do so, and I will be reading for you again. Talk to you later, pile 4. Thanks.